God is good. He's worthy. I'm excited. Today, what we're going to talk about, the power of God. The power of the Most High God. God started talking to me about this a few months ago, and I was just blown away. I was convicted, and I was blown away because I couldn't believe it. So we're going to talk about how the power of God works and how to access and use it in your life, like daily, every day that you live, right? And one thing God said, it's like understanding and realizing the power of God. And I love definitions. I love looking at definitions, see what they mean. And to understand something is to grasp it. Like, all right, you know what it is. You got a good idea of what this thing is. Like if I understand I could drive well, I know I could drive well. I'm a pretty good driver, and then I got it. I drive, we do it day to day. I understand that. I comprehend it. And then when you realize something, I love the definition of realize. I didn't even know realize meant this. It says to make something real. It says bring it into reality. And I never knew realize meant that. So once you understand the power of God, then you got to make it real. Then you got to bring it into your life and make it reality in the life you live. Right? So I got a lot of scriptures today, just to let y'all know, because I love the Word of God, and it's just amazing how much scriptures God put in the Bible that deals with His power. It's just awesome, right? So we're going to talk about some people in the Bible that understood use God's power on a daily basis. They trusted God. So we're going to start off. We're going to go to Daniel. We're going to go to Daniel chapter 3. We're going to talk about the Hebrew boys. I love the Hebrew boys.
I see.
They're some radical brothers. Chapter 3. And we're going to start at verse 17. Alright, and it reads. Matter of fact, we're going to go up a little bit. Matter of fact, I just gave a little background. The king, Nebuchadnezzar, right? He set a decree out in the land. He said everyone was to bow down and worship the idol he set up and his gods at the sound of the trumpet and the harp and the horns and all the music, right? And now these three brothers, they served the Most High, the one true living God. And when it came to it, when the trumpet sounded, they didn't bow down and worship. They was like, we're not going to do it. And what I like about it, the king got upset when his boys came and told him. I was like, look, those three, they didn't do what you said do. And you the king, you made a decree. And when the king makes a decree, you have to do it. If you don't do it, you die. And we're gonna start. This is what their response was to the king when the king asked them, why? Why did you do it, right? And the king was like, is the God you serve able to deliver you out of my hands? That's what he asked him. So we're gonna start at 16. It says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said unto the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. And 18 says, but if not, be it known unto you, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which you have set up. That's their response. So they're like, whether God delivers out or not, you're still not going to do it. And meanwhile, they're talking to a king. Like a king, you can just kill him right there with that kind of And I love the boldness and authority they spoke. They spoke with. It was like I'm reading this. I'm like, wow. Hey, you got three brothers. they just talking to him like, look, we're not gonna do it. Even if God don't deliver us, we're still not gonna do it. And they had to know the power of God to say that, and they had to trust and believe in God to say that, to make a statement like that and a proclamation like, look, we're not gonna compromise on our God and what we believe. And it goes on. You keep on reading how the king got upset. He was hot. He got really angry after they said that, and he furnished up 7 times hotter than hot. Yeah. And he's like, throw him in there. And when he took 3 mighty men and said, bound them and take them up there and throw them in there. And while it was underway, the people that was taking them got burnt up and died while it was underway, right? And then they fell in there, and then God sent an angel to walk with them, basically to protect them. And I was like, wow, this is not fiction, this is real life stuff. This really happened. And that's the word of God. And when I read it, I take everything literal, like, this happened. And I'm like, yo, that's just unbelievable. God is just so powerful. And the key to it, why God showed up and delivered them, Nebuchadnezzar said it in verse 28. Let's read it. And it says, then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, whom hath sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him, and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve or worship any God except their own God. So there you go. He said trust. That's one of the principles out there, the key to understanding God's power and accessing it and using it on a daily basis is trust. It's trust in the Lord. Without a doubt. Total and complete trust. And the definition, I got a definition for trust. It's reliance on the integrity, strength, ability, security of a person or thing. Basically confidence with an expectation of something. That's trust. So we got to trust God completely. Even when we don't want to. Trust Him. Trust Him. That shows God that you're committed, that you're different, that you don't care about what the word says or what the circumstances says. You're going to trust Him because He's God. He's the all-powerful one, right? And it took trust for these 3 brothers to say what they said and not compromise when the king made a decree. A lot of times I've seen in the world, Christians today, they don't trust God. They really don't. When a situation comes up, you really see they don't. I mean, it's easy to say, I trust God. It's easy. I've said it, and then when I got thrown in the fire, I'm like, dang, Lord. I'm like, dang, Lord. Take it back. I'll take it back. I need to trust you. So I'm like, if we really trust God, we should know that He's well able to deliver us, to keep us, to protect us. He is, because He's God. And when I realized, I asked myself this question: do I really know who God is? Do I really understand the power God has? So ask yourself that: do you really know who God is? And do you really understand the power He has? Because the question is, if you do, then why would we worry and doubt Him? Why? Like, if we know He's the Most High God, all power in His hands. One thing I like, I just love the power of God, because I want to see the power of God manifested in the world we live in. I just want to see it every day. Just the unbelievable, unmiraculous things like that took place in the Bible. Even though it took place then, it can still happen now, because Jesus said, matter of fact, we're gonna go to that. That's John. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna go to that. That's John 14 and 12. Let's go to it. Jesus said this one.
Jesus said.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
You got it, say amen. You don't got it, say wait a minute. Amen. Amen. And this is in red. I mean, Jesus spoke this. He said, everybody got it? 14 to 12.